Hi, this is Ellen Thompson-Jennings, and today I'm going to talk about MyHeritage's newest tool for DNA, and that's called the CM Explainer or Centimorgan Explainer. Find out how this tool might help you. So where do you find the CM Explainer? Well, if you're logged into your MyHeritage account, you can go up to the top, you'll see DNA, and you'll see that it's identifying that there's something new. And then if you go to DNA Tools, you click that, and it will take you to all the tools that you can use with your DNA. So here we see that we have three tools that we can use with our DNA. We can use the CM Explainer, and then we can also use the chromosome browser and the auto clusters. So let's go to explore the CM Explainer. So let's look at some examples and see how the CM Explainer works. So if I have a match that I share 1,598.9 centimorgans, and I put my age, don't tell anybody, and then in their profile it shows that their age is 80, and I'll talk further about how you can tell a person's age. So submit, and it tells me that that person is likely an uncle or an aunt, and that our common ancestor is my grandparent. It also gives percentages of probability. So we can see that it's a 58.3% probability that it's an uncle or an aunt, but it's possible that it could be a half sibling at 41.7%. It also gives you the most recent common ancestor. So in the case of the aunt or uncle, it's a grandparent. In this case, it was my uncle that I used as an example, so it was pretty spot on. So let's try another one. In this case, the person has 206 centimorgans in common with me. Now, she doesn't list her age, but I can see she has a tree, and there are some dates in there, so I can do some math and figure out what's the possibility or probability of what her age is. And so I would estimate that her age is 60. So I submit, and it tells me that she is probably a second cousin, and we have a great-grandparent in common. Now, it also gives you the probability of that amount of centimorgans, so you can see it's a pretty high probability that she's a second cousin, because it's 58.6%. Now, there are other possibilities, but they are dramatically less percentages, but it gives me a starting point to look at. As I said, she has a small tree, and I can, if I have even one date and a name, or one date and a place, I can usually build a tree for them. Now, in this case, it happened to be someone that had an adopted parent, and so I did have to contact her, but we did figure out how we connected. It also gives you, if you're not sure exactly how that relationship could fit in a tree, then it gives you the various paths that it could be. So here's me, and then we go down this path or this path, and there's that second cousin one, or it could be this path as well. So I'm going to use a made-up example. What if I used 25 centimorgans, and then in this case, maybe with the beaten bat mystery, a lot of times I'm dealing with very small amounts of DNA. So I believe, let's guess that this person might be 50. And again, I'm going to look at their tree, or I'm going to look at their profile, and I'm going to try and figure it out. I might even have to try and use their name and see if I can find out some information on one of the social media sites. So then I submit, and it tells me that it's likely a fourth cousin's child, fifth cousin. So then we look below, and it also, you can see that it gives us the probability a fourth cousin's child is 23.9%, but that fifth cousin is very possible too, because it's very close. There's quite a few that are very close, so I might have to do some more research And of course, then I'm going to again have to maybe do a tree for them, depending on how big a tree they have. But as long as I have a little bit of information, then I can build a tree. If I don't see anything for an ancestor, then sometimes I contact them and ask them if they'll give me their grandparents' surnames. People are more comfortable if you ask for grandparent surnames rather than parents, so you're not maybe potentially doing some identity theft. So a grandparent is usually an easier request to ask. So the CM Explainer is available if you have a MyHeritage subscription, or if you have done a DNA test at MyHeritage, or if you've uploaded your DNA from another site, and I will leave some instructions in the notes below. But if you don't have a subscription, that's no problem, because I will also leave a link to use this product without having to pay a fee at all. So if you've tested at some other company and you have the information that you need, matches age and their amount of shared DNA, you're away to the races and you can start using the CM Explainer. I hope this helps, and happy hunting!